Today, we continue the heartfelt story of Jack and Lytutien as they embark on a new chapter of their journey together. Their wedding day was a beautiful celebration filled with love and joy, marking the beginning of their shared future. Surrounded by close friends and family, the couple exchanged vows that promised eternal devotion, sealing their bond in front of everyone who had supported them along the way. The ceremony, held in a warm and intimate setting, reflected the deep connection they've nurtured over time. With every step, Jack and Lytutien's love shone brightly, a love that had weathered its fair share of challenges. It was a reminder that true love isn't just about the good times. It's about commitment, understanding, and the unwavering belief in each other. Their wedding wasn't just a celebration. It was a testament to their growth as individuals and as a couple. Watching them, you could see the strength in their relationship and the hope they held for their future together. If you've been touched by their story, make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on the next beautiful moments of Jack and Lytutien's love story. Lytutien and Jack sat across from each other, their eyes full of love and quiet hope. The ring sat silently on the table between them, untouched. For a moment, time seemed to stop, and everything around them faded. Lytutien smiled softly and gently took Jack's hand in hers, looking into his eyes, which sparkled with emotion. "You've made me feel like the luckiest woman in the world." Lytutien whispered, her voice calm but filled with power. "But more than that, I don't need anything else but you and what you give me. I trust you, Jack." Jack smiled his thumb, caressing her hand tenderly. He knew that what they were about to commit to wasn't just for her, but for both of them, proof to themselves and the world that their love was real and everlasting. It was a love that would stand the test of time. "You deserve everything good life can offer," Jack replied, his voice full of determination. "I can't promise perfection, but I promise I will do everything I can to make you feel safe and happy. I'll be the husband you deserve and the partner you need." Lytutien gazed into his eyes, feeling a wave of emotion swell within her. She lifted her hand to gently touch his cheek, feeling his heart beat in rhythm with hers. A sense of peace and warmth spread through her. They didn't need to say much. These words, these glances, were enough to understand each other completely. Lytutien sighed softly, her eyes reflecting a bittersweet nostalgia. "Do you remember when we first started this journey? I didn't believe in love so easily," she said quietly. "We've been through so much danger, kidnapping trials, all the obstacles we've faced together." Jack squeezed her hand, his eyes resolute. "I remember every single moment, Lytutien. Every time you were in danger, my only thought was to protect you no matter what. I never wanted you to feel pain or fear again." Lytutien looked up at him, her gaze steady. "But in those moments, you helped me realize I was never alone. You were always there, standing by me, no matter how tough life got. Because you're everything to me," Jack whispered, pulling her into a tight embrace. "I'll always be your rock. I'll protect you for the rest of my life because you give my life meaning." They sat in silence, the soft music in the background and the sound of their breathing filling the space. The words exchanged between them were simple, yet full of meaning. They felt the bond, the unwavering trust they had in one another. It wasn't about empty promises, but about the commitment they had built over time. Jack kissed her forehead gently, then looked into her eyes. "I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy. I'll be the husband you've always dreamed of. And whatever challenges come our way, we'll face them together, because I believe in us." Lytutien smiled softly, her warmth radiating. "Then I promise I'll be the wife you deserve, Jack. No matter what happens, I'll always be by your side." The sunlight began to spill through the window, gently lighting up the walls of the small house where so many memories had been made. Today was the day Lytutien and Jack had been eagerly waiting for, the day they would officially become husband and wife. Lytutien looked at the clock on her wrist, feeling the minutes fly by, but her heart raced with excitement. This was the day for love, for happiness, and for a promise that would last forever. The air was fresh and inviting as Lytutien awoke in the peaceful room. A faint scent of roses drifted in from the nearby garden that Jack had lovingly tended. She gazed out the window, taking in the vibrant garden, a symbol of the love they shared. She felt warmth wrap around her, as if everything was perfectly arranged for this moment. She walked to the closet where her wedding dress hung shining softly in the early light. As she touched the fabric, she could hardly contain her anticipation. This dress, which she had dreamed of for so long, wasn't just a gown. It was a symbol of the love and commitment she and Jack had built. With a deep breath, she slipped into it, feeling the weight of the day ahead settle over her. She stood before the mirror, seeing herself not just as a bride, but as someone ready to start a new chapter of life with Jack by her side. Meanwhile, Jack was also preparing. In his sharp black suit, he adjusted his tie, standing in front of the mirror. His reflection showed more than just the familiar confidence. There was determination in his eyes, a promise to Lytutien that he would be her protector, her partner through whatever life threw their way. In the kitchen, Jack's mother was preparing a simple yet heartfelt breakfast for the family. There was a sense of calm mixed with a quiet joy. She couldn't help but smile with pride, watching her son prepare to step into this new phase of life. Lytutien took a final look at herself, tears of happiness welling up. The dress, the day, the love, everything had been leading to this moment. It wasn't just about the ceremony. It was about everything that had come before it, every step they had taken together. Jack arrived at the church, a beautiful old building with stone walls and stained glass windows. The air inside felt sacred, almost surreal. He stood at the altar, his hands trembling slightly as the gravity of the moment hit him. This was the moment he had been waiting for, to finally call Lytutien his wife. He thought about their journey the first time they met, the challenges they faced, and how each moment had made their bond stronger. And now, as he waited for her, the love he felt was overwhelming. When Lytutien finally entered, Jack's heart skipped a beat. She looked radiant in her white dress, glowing with love and grace. As she walked down the aisle, each step brought her closer to him, and every light from the stained glass windows seemed to shine brighter on her. He couldn't speak. He didn't need to. His heart was full. When she reached him, they locked eyes, and without a word, they understood everything. No more words were needed. In that single moment, they both knew they would face everything together. The future, the challenges, and the joy, they would always be there for each other, no matter what. The wedding of Jack and Lytutien unfolded in a serene and heartfelt atmosphere where love and commitment were expressed with every step and gesture. The church, with its historic architecture and vibrant stained glass windows, set the perfect scene. The air was filled with the fragrance of fresh flowers and the soft glow of candles, creating a magical and intimate space. Every detail was meticulously arranged, and the moment felt nothing short of perfect. Guests filled the church, their faces full of anticipation, waiting for the sacred moment when Jack and Lytutien would officially become husband and wife. The gentle hum of whispers blended with the sweet sound of the organ, heightening the excitement in the air. As the doors to the church slowly opened, the light from outside spilled in, illuminating the aisle. Lytutien, holding her wedding dress, walked in, her eyes filled with love and emotion. The room seemed to pause as everyone turned their gaze to her, but in that instant, it felt like only she and Jack existed in the world. Each step she took toward the altar felt like a meaningful milestone, one that symbolized the start of their shared future. Standing at the altar, Jack's eyes never left her. His smile was gentle, and though his heart raced with joy, he knew this moment marked a promise not just spoken, but felt deeply. It was a sacred vow, one that meant more than words could express. When Lytutien reached him, their hands met, and in that instant, they knew all they needed was each other. No words were needed. Their connection was enough. The warmth between them was palpable, and the air felt thick with the love they had cultivated over time. The priest began the ceremony, asking the crucial questions. Jack, do you take Lytutien to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, cherish, and honor her for all your days? He asked. Jack nodded, his gaze unwavering. Then to Lytutien, do you take Jack to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love, cherish, and share your life with him forever? She too nodded confidently. With those words, a deep sense of certainty filled the room. They were ready for whatever came next. Their vows, simple yet profound, carried the weight of their commitment. Then came the moment of exchanging rings. Jack picked up the ring with a smile, and with loving care, he slid it onto Lytutien's finger, sealing his promise. She took his hand, her eyes misty, and placed the ring on his finger, not just as a piece of jewelry, but as a symbol of her heart and soul. With this ring, I promise to be your husband, to love you for a lifetime, Jack said, his voice filled with emotion. With this ring, I promise to be your wife, to stand by your side forever. Lytutien responded, her voice soft but firm. As the ceremony ended, the priest declared them husband and wife. Applause filled the room, and the joy was palpable. Lytutien and Jack shared a kiss, a gentle but meaningful kiss that spoke of all the promises they had just made to each other. It wasn't just an expression of love, it was a declaration of their shared future. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving just the two of them and the undeniable bond they shared. As they stepped out of the church, hand in hand, the sunlight bathed them in a warm glow, marking the beginning of their journey together. This wasn't just a wedding. It was the start of a lifetime of shared happiness, challenges, and unconditional love. After the ceremony, as the last lights of the church dimmed, Lytutien and Jack stood together, their hands tightly clasped, feeling the undeniable bond between them. The echoes of their vows lingered in their hearts as they took their first steps together as a married couple. This was the beginning of their new life, a journey where they would face whatever challenges came their way side by side. A year of getting to know each other, creating beautiful memories, had led them here. Today marked the biggest step of their lives, and they were ready for it, ready to become husband and wife. Their love was no longer just an understanding. It was a promise, a commitment to be there for each other through thick and thin forever. Lytutien looked at Jack, her eyes shining with happiness and disbelief. A year ago, everything seemed uncertain, but today she stood beside the man she loved, ready to share her life with him. What made her happiest was knowing that Jack felt the same way. The wedding reception, filled with laughter and joy, was buzzing with well wishes from friends and family. Every word of encouragement, every smile made the atmosphere warmer and more intimate. But there was one special moment ahead. Jack stood up, scanning the faces of loved ones. A deep, almost overwhelming feeling washed over him, as if he wanted to share everything he felt in this moment. Slowly, he turned toward Lytutien, his gaze full of sincerity and affection, and raised his glass. Today is more than just our wedding. Jack began his voice, warm, yet filled with emotion. It's the moment Lytutien and I officially become husband and wife. Thank you all for being here to share this joy with us. But the most important thing today, Lytutien, is for me to tell you something. The room fell silent, all eyes now on the couple. Lytutien's heart raced, her hands instinctively tightening around Jack's. She didn't know what Jack would say, but she knew this was a moment she would never forget. You've changed my world, Lytutien. Before I met you, I never knew love could be so powerful. I never imagined someone like you would choose to be with me, to love me, to make me your partner in life. I don't just love you, I respect you. You're the woman I will protect for the rest of my life. Jack paused, taking a deep breath, his gaze even more determined now. Yesterday, when I looked into your eyes, I thought about all the obstacles we've overcome together. Through every challenge, every hardship, you've been by my side. And today, I promise you this: you'll never face this world alone again. I will always be there for you through every trial. Lytutien felt her heart swell with emotion. She squeezed Jack's hand tighter, feeling his strength, his unwavering support. She knew his words weren't just promises. He had shown her through his actions every day since they met. My promise to you is eternal. Lytutien, Jack said softly, but with strength. I will always love you, protect you, and walk beside you for the rest of our lives. I swear it. Lytutien stood, her eyes glistening with tears. She gazed at Jack, not with fear or hesitation, but with confidence and love. She smiled, a gentle but determined smile. My love, I was afraid before I met you, but now standing here with you, I feel nothing but pride, happiness, and gratitude. Everything you've done, everything you've promised, makes me feel truly loved. She looked deeply into his eyes, then continued, I promise to always be the best wife to you. I will love you forever, and I will never leave you. You are the man I want to spend my life with. The room erupted in applause, not just for the heartfelt words, but because everyone could feel the genuine love between the couple. The family and friends in the room shared in the joy of witnessing this incredible connection. After exchanging those promises, Jack and Lytutien embraced tightly. It wasn't just a physical gesture. It was a promise of protection, a vow to stand by each other no matter what. They both knew that nothing could break their bond. Lytutien gently kissed Jack on the cheek, a soft, loving kiss that spoke volumes. It was her way of saying she would always be there for him, no matter what the future held. "I'll always be here, building a happy future with you," she whispered. As the reception continued, the couple remained surrounded by well-wishers, but for Jack and Lytutien, this moment was enough. Hand in hand, they stepped forward, knowing that their journey had just begun. Their laughter, their smiles, and the light of their love spread beyond the walls of the room and into the world. In their hearts, their love was eternal, and they would walk through life together, never to be separated.
Lúc này đây, giữa bao trắc trở của núi rừng, Hùng và Đô vẫn đang không ngừng tìm kiếm Hoài ca. Mỗi người mang trong tim một nỗi lo riêng, một hy vọng mãnh liệt rằng sẽ là người đầu tiên nhìn thấy cô. Nhưng câu hỏi lớn hơn vẫn còn đó, trong hai người ai mới là người thực sự hiểu Hoài ca? Ai là người có thể sưởi ấm trái tim cô lúc này, khi cô đang lạc lối giữa thiên nhiên khắc nghiệt và những cảm xúc mênh mông chưa có lời giải? Phải chăng là Hùng, người đã đồng hành che chở và lặng lẽ bên cạnh Hoài ca trong suốt chặng đường dài, hay là Đô, người dẫu đến sau nhưng vẫn luôn mang theo sự ấm áp, tinh tế, sẵn sàng hy sinh tất cả vì nụ cười của cô? Không ai trong chúng ta có thể đưa ra câu trả lời chắc chắn, bởi vì trái tim Hoài ca vẫn còn đang lạc giữa bao cảm xúc chưa rõ ràng. Không có một điều chắc chắn, dù là Hùng hay Đô, thì tình yêu dành cho Hoài ca đều là thật, điều đáng trân trọng. Và bây giờ chúng tôi muốn nghe chính tiếng lòng của các bạn. Hãy để lại bình luận bên dưới. Bạn mong ai sẽ là người tìm thấy Hoài ca đầu tiên? Ai sẽ là xứng đáng được trái tim của cô? Đừng quên nhấn like và đăng ký kênh để tiếp tục đồng hành cùng hành trình trở về đầy cảm xúc của Hoài ca nhé. Mặc dù Hoài ca vẫn chưa thể tìm thấy, nhưng ít nhất mọi người cũng đã yên tâm hơn khi cô đã thoát khỏi được khu rừng tăm tối sau bao nhiêu ngày trắc trở.